What's up, y'all? This is your girl, Miss Maggie T with the Lush Exchange. And of course, if you're new to the channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss another post from me. But I want to go ahead and get into a little bit of motivation today. I know you guys have been watching Lush Exchange on Wednesdays evening, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, we do various topics. And mainly we like to you leaving that show with a different message each and every episode. I thought that in 2020, it left us all just kind of up in the air about where to go in life. A lot of people's lives had to dramatically change, especially those that weren't used to being in the home, may have gotten laid off, things of that nature. It was just so much going on in 2020. We lost people. You might have dealt with sickness, mental health, that type of deal. And I just feel like in 2021, we have to constantly be reminded that we survived it. Now, yes, COVID is still going on. This pandemic hasn't rendered its head, hasn't left us as of yet. But now the question is, what do you do despite that? We still have to live our lives. So I'm going to offer a little bit more inspirational things as much as I possibly can. And kind of give you guys a boost, if you will, heading into work and things of that nature. So this is the purpose of this video. So I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you guys get something from it. But I'm going to leave you with this quote first to start it off. The key to being happy is knowing you have the power to choose who and what you want in your life. And just kind of meditate on that a little bit. You are in control of who you become. You are in control of what happens to you. The key word is you and nobody else. Of course, sometimes we often feel hopeless or overwhelmed. Often we deny it and try to cover it up when, life gets hard for us. Of course, we all try to stay strong or present the image that we're strong, but deep down, we hold on to so many emotions and things that control our everyday lives. And of course, depression is a common problem that affect us at some point in our lives. Everybody's kind of dealt with it at some point in time, but it just depends on how you manifest it and handle those challenges when they come across. Of course, depression just changes how you think, feel, and function in your daily life. And of course, we are expected to be leaders, especially mothers, fathers, men. Of course, men are willed to be the providers and leaders and have to be strong. Women, we have to be the, nurturer. We have to take care of our children. We just have to be that backbone for everyone sometimes. And a lot of times we push aside our own personal struggles and trying to be that Superman, Superwoman. Of course, unfortunately, depression just often gets overlooked, as many of us find it difficult to kind of discuss how we're feeling or even recognizing that it's happening. Of course, society may deem it as a sign of emotional weakness and fragility, leaving us to, relying on methods of coping outside of what is natural and healthy for us, such as alcohol and drug abuse. And we move away from better coping mechanisms. Alcohol and things of those natures kind of mask the problem, but it doesn't fix it. So, of course, and as well as we often get too caught up in caring for others, we forget about ourselves. So I just wanted to say this to you guys. Let it all out. Don't hold that in anymore. Seek help. There are many programs to assist in gaining control of you first, as well as self-coping mechanisms and things of that nature that, it's so much literature out there. You just got to put in the work. You have to do your research, reach out to people, talk to people that might be coping and dealing with things the same as you. You never know what sometimes word of mouth can do for you when you just kind of speak to someone. Please do so. Of course, it's okay to not have it all together. Of course, you are not alone in this world. But I'm going to give you some self-love steps that can kind of help you get through your day today. If this message is reaching you right now, you just needed to hear this, please leave a comment. Just let me know that this is helping you. Okay, so here are some self-love steps to help you self-improve, okay? And then practicing these will help you develop a state of appreciation from oneself that grows from actions that support our physical, psychological, and spiritual growth if you are spiritual, okay? All right, here we are. Become mindful. People who have more self-love tend to know what they think, feel, and want. They are mindful of who they are and act on this knowledge rather than on what others want for them. So just don't live for anyone else, but live for you. Act on what you need rather than what you want. You love yourself when you can turn away from something that feels good and exciting to what you need to stay strong, centered, and moving forward in your life instead. By staying focused on what you need, you turn away from automatic behaviors, patterns that get you into trouble, keep you stuck in the past, and lessen self-love, people. So sometimes everything that seems good might not be good for you. It's the message of that. Practice good self-care. You will love yourself more when you take better care of your basic needs. We tend to get so busy and caught up in life's moments, we forget to take care of us. People high in self-love nourish themselves daily through healthy activities like better nutrition, exercise, proper sleep, intimacy, and healthy social interactions. Think about that. How do you wake up every morning? What is your daily routine? What is your life? How do you start your day? Is the question, okay? Just you got to think about things. Sometimes we have to reconstruct ourselves. We have to fix our inner temple, if you will. So always fix internally within and then externally, okay? So let's work on our inner selves. Of course, set boundaries. You'll love yourself more when you set limits or to say no to work, love, or activities that deplete or harm you physically, emotionally, and spiritually, or express poorly who you are. So sometimes you just can't be there for everything. You can't exhaust yourself in certain things that just don't benefit you or make you a better person. Protect yourself. Bring the right people into your life. Now that one right there, let's think about that, people. That's a statement right there. And I know it's hard to determine who those right people, but sometimes those energies present themselves. If they just give you a negative and bothersome vibe, those are the people you want to steer away from, especially when you're trying to stay positive and they just always have just something to bring you down, just to crash and burn your feeling because they're miserable. Those are the people you do not need to surround yourself with. And it's okay to let them go. Forgive yourself. We can be so hard on ourselves. We critique ourselves so much. We want to be, every society makes it where you have to be at a certain level and status at a certain age. You got to have children by this. You got to have this career. You got to have this car. You got to have this house, etc. I understand, but you can't live in the moment and live for others. You have to live for you. You understand? Of course, the downside of taking responsibility of our action is punishing ourselves too much for mistakes and learning and growing. You have to accept the fact that you're not perfect. Before you can truly love yourself, practice being less hard on yourself when you make a mistake. Remember, there are no failures, only life's lessons, So if you have learned and grown from your mistakes, these are things that will take you further, so just learn from it, people. Never look at it as a failure. It is only there. God doesn't present something into your life that you cannot handle, okay? overcome these challenges and say, I did that. And of course, live intentionally. You accept and love yourself more, whatever it is happening in your life. When you live with purpose, if your intentions is to live a meaningful and healthy life, you will make decisions that support this intuition. And feel good about yourself when you succeed in this purpose. You will love yourself more if you see yourself accomplishing what you set yourself out to do. Definitely, people. You have to set realistic goals. You have to set things that will nourish you, that will manifest you. Sometimes when you better yourself, the people surrounding you are oftentimes attracted and also cling. And it's like a magnet mechanism. It's, when you're positive, you give out positive. And that's when you attract more positive people. Then you start talking to people that is like-minded. You start building teams, you start building bonds and friendships and things of that nature. And you wake up and say, you know what? I can do this. I can definitely do this each and every day, but you have to start it first. You just can't say, oh yeah, this is going to be the year for me, and not set out a plan, not do the things that you said you're going to do. You have to sit down sometimes and orchestrate your life. You have to write things out. You have to set short-term and long-term goals. So where do you see yourself in the next 6 months? Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? 5 years, 10 years. At the same time, yes, you got your future goals, but what about today? What about today? And you got to do those things. You got to set realistic expectations for yourself, and at the same time, once you set it, do it. Don't push it back into the back of your notebook and throw it up in the closets and tell everybody what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. But are you doing it? Did you wake up this morning like you said you was going to do, with your daily affirmations, your motivational videos? Did you get up and walk around and exercise to get your mind right and clear your head a little bit? Did you do that this morning? Or did you wake up and just open your eyes and say, thank you for allowing me another day to see life in itself. Thank you for giving me the breath that I take to keep going. Because guess what? Some people wasn't able to do that, So please, people, I hope you take this message and learn something from it. Just love yourself, people. Like we state on our show very often, if you don't love yourself, how you expect someone else to love you, And in the words of Will Smith, we are responsible for loving us. We are responsible for how we feel, we can't expect anyone else to make us happy. That's his message. And I know it gets misconstrued because they feel like when you in relationships, whether it's romantically, mother, father, all that, any type of relationship you ever have, even kids, don't expect anyone to make yourself happy. You are responsible for first making you internally happy. Then, of course, that will shine on everyone else, And that's it. This is Miss Maggie T. I hope you got something from that. But please leave something in the comment. Let me know how you feel. Tell me how you deal with these stressing days of life. What is your motivational tips and things like that? Help somebody. If you got some steps, put them in the chat for me, guys. And please share this video out. Until the next time, this is Maggie T with the Lush Exchange. And I'm out. Peace.